Hello again. This is in response to what this gentleman right here had said. He said that he lives in Gaffney and said that he wants to hear about this. In a previous video of mine, I mentioned about a notification sent to news media outlets about the contradiction between the South Carolina Constitution and the state statutory code. If I could, please, I have to rotate my phone sideways just so that you can see what I'm talking about right here. I got this straight from the book, South Carolina Constitution, Article 3. For the record, you will not find this at all online. The Attorney General's Office of South Carolina had taken it down, but yet it's still in the books. You will find this in the book, Code of Laws of South Carolina, Volume 21, Constitutions, okay? Code of Laws of South Carolina, Volume 21, Constitutions. Anyhow, South Carolina Constitution, Article 3, you have to go down here, that is, Section 33, which is titled as being age of consent. It says, and I quote, "No unmarried woman shall legally consent to sexual intercourse who shall not have attained the age of 14 years, unquote. What that is simply saying is that a female has to be 14 years of age to have sex. And the fact that it makes no provision, none whatsoever, as to the minimum or maximum age of the person or persons with whom the 14-year-old female can have sex with. Now, that being said, show you this right here now. This is a statutory law that came out back in 1962. This is from the book, Code of Laws of South Carolina, 1976, Title 16, Crimes and Offenses, Volume 7A. In fact, you can see right here, this was the center bind of the book that this came out of right here. And anyhow, right here, this is South Carolina Code Annex, Section 16-3-655, criminal sexual conduct with minors. And then of course, right here, I'm trying to hold it steady while I do this right here. It says, and I quote, "A person is guilty of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree if the actor engages in sexual battery with a victim who is 14 years of age or less, but who is at least 11 years of age." In other words, the statutory law right here is saying that it is illegal to have sex with a 14-year-old female, and this over here, the Constitution, is saying legal. And the fact that this statutory law conflicts and contradicts with the Constitution, as I just said, right there, the Constitution. Now, there are those who will argue and say, "Oh, well, that person, they pled guilty." You cannot plead guilty to what the Constitution says is legal. That's my argument right there. You cannot plead guilty at all. I'm not trying to justify it. Do I think it's right and okay? Hey, what I think does not matter. It's what the Constitution says. The Constitution is the law. Without the Constitution, there is no law at all. The fact is that my argument is this right here. Ever since 1962, when they came out with the statutory law, they have been illegally locking them up illegally for what the Constitution, as I said right here, says it's illegal. Do I think it's right? It don't matter what I think is right or not. It doesn't matter. This is the law right here, the law. As I said earlier too, the General Assembly, the Attorney General's office, they had it taken down offline because they are so afraid if just one person who has that type of conviction on the record gets it overturned, they're so afraid that others find out about it. They're so afraid it would open up the floodgates, and then next thing you know, the state would have to pay out tens of millions, or hundreds of millions of dollars for wrongful convictions. That's the reason why the Attorney General's office is always trying to block it. Thank you. I hope I answered your question. Thank you, and have a blessed day.